Hi, everybody, and welcome to Week 3 Coursework Review. This week, we're going to be covering chapters 10, 11, 12, and 13. Chapter 10 is on managing organizational structure and control. Chapter 11 is organizational control and change. And then Chapter 12 is on human resource management. Chapter 13 on motivation and performance. So make sure that you take time to read those chapters. Then after you've read those chapters, you can go to the week 3 discussion topic, which we're still covering Tom's. However, uh, you need to read this passage because it has additional information from the first two. So make sure you reread that or read this because it's new information, and then answer the questions as you've done before. So the first question is going to ask you, what is the organizational culture of Tom's like? Second is, how does the organizational culture affect the way the employees behave? And then what are some of the potential sources of intrinsic motivation for Tom's employees? This is all contained within your reading for the week. So make sure that you're going back to your weekly reading and tying this article to the different topics like organizational culture, how it affects the way employees behave, um, and then how is what is the intrinsic motivation for Tom's employees? Again, make sure that you link these because the whole reason we do these discussions is to make sure that you understand uh, the concept that is being presented within your reading and applying it to a real world situation. So make sure you do these or answer those questions. And the one thing that I've been finding that is a big problem for those of you completing the discussion questions is that not everybody is either under, not everybody either, sorry, not everyone understands APA or they're just not doing it. So make sure that you review the resources in the Blackboard Classroom under Getting Started for APA. If after reviewing those you still are having trouble with APA, let me know. I can schedule a one-on-one Kaiser Live with you to walk you through APA, explain to you what APA is, how it works, when we use it, so that you're not losing points because these are different uh, grading areas. And um, it appears to me that not everybody understands APA, which is fine. I'm here to help you with that. But you're still going to be graded on it. So if you're not understanding it, let me know. Your case assignment. Oh, okay. Let me go through this real quick. I'm going to look to make sure that you thoroughly answer the questions. 40 points. Quality of the responses to two classmates. That was another thing. This week, it hasn't been as bad, but I need something other than, yeah, I agree with you. You made a great point. I need you to tell me why you agreed with that person, why you disagreed with that person, and it is okay to disagree as long as you do it in a respectful manner. Um, but you need to support your statement of I agree or disagree with reasons why, and they should relate back to your reading for the week. Uh, Spelling and grammar were an issue as well. I suggest that as you get ready to write your discussion post, you write it in a Word document, conduct a spelling grammar check, making changes as you go through that. Then once you've completed that, highlight your work with your mouse, copy your work, go back to Blackboard where you would normally type in your discussion, hit Control V as in Victor, to paste it. You cannot hit right click paste. It will not work in Blackboard. You have to hit Control V as in Victor. That will keep you from losing spelling grammar points. And next week, for week 3, I am going to be grading off also for punctuation. I haven't to this point. I've been concentrating on spelling, but I'm going to be looking for commas, um, uh, the apostrophes, things like that. that will be identified in a spelling grammar check. So just be aware of that. And then post it on 3 separate days, 3 separate posts. Most of you are doing 3 separate posts, but not all of you are making the 3 separate days. So you will lose points on that if it's not spread out over 3 separate days. The reason we do that is we want to keep the discussion flowing, and it also um, gives people a chance to read your posts over time so they're not having to read them all at once. All right, your case assignment this week is um, a Bloomberg case. Companies have an aha moment. Bullies don't make the best managers. At the end of chapter 10 on pages 303 through 305 in the textbook, you'll read that case study, then answer the questions at the end of the case study. And the way I'm going to grade, so here's what we ran into with the last case study. So I want to go over that. So thoroughly answering the questions. Make sure that you're reading the questions, know what they're asking you. If you're confused after reading the questions and you need clarification, contact me and I'll provide that. But answer all 3 questions and answer them thoroughly. Don't just give like a 1 sentence answer. That's not answering it thoroughly. References and citations to the course or to the source material. So at the end of the week 1 discussion, they have the article reference there, and you can cite that if you're utilizing something from the article, or it should relate back to your reading for the week. So you could also and probably should reference and cite something from the textbook to support your art, to support your stance. Now, whenever you provide a reference in APA, you must also provide a corresponding in-text citation, and vice versa. The in-text citation identifies a section of work that you've utilized from somebody else's work, be it a textbook, an article, a newspaper. If you're utilizing that passage to make your point, and it should be paraphrased, it should not be word for word unless it's a quote. If it's a quote, then it needs to be cited as well. Now, if you're citing the textbook, it's a 2-author textbook, you need the author's name, last name, and the first initial, and the second author's last name and first initial, comma, publishing date, and if it's a direct quote, after the publishing date, you need the page number. If you are saying Jones and Atkins state that blah, 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 so you've already mentioned the authors, you do not need to place the author's name in the citation at the end of the sentence. What you need to do there is just put the publishing date. And you can find the publishing date inside the first page of the book along with the ISBN. And then the same thing if you're using ebook, just go to the first page as you go through where you see the ISBN, you'll see the publishing date. All right, spelling and grammar. Again, I'm going to be grading for both grammar and spelling, so you only have 10 points, and I take off a point for each error, so you don't have a lot of wiggle room there. Quality and content of APA formatting. Here's where I'm looking for, because this should be written in a formal submission format as per APA, I require a separate title page. I do not need an abstract. I'm looking to see that you double spaced your work, that you're utilizing an approved font. If you're unsure of what fonts are available, look that up on the APA references for 7th edition. You can Google it as well, and they'll provide the different fonts that are approved as per APA 7th edition. I will also be looking at whether you provided a separate reference page. So those are the things I'm looking for on that. And those were the areas that we had problems with last time. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a good day.